So you guys seem to really have enjoyed my last video on RAG agents and why I think they're the best kind of agent to sell to other businesses. So I put together a quick little crash course just trying to explain to you exactly what is happening so that way you can better understand RAG when you go to build yours. What is RAG? RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Step one to every good RAG system is you need to have some sort of data that you want your agent to be trained on. And then the first step of the process is your documents that you want your agent to be trained on get chunked and vectorized. Chunking is exactly what it sounds like. It's taking the entire document and breaking it down into chunks by size. Now you can always choose the size of the chunks. The next step is called vectorizing. It's vectorizing these chunks. Now this is a vector, and a vector is a mathematical representation of text or other data that captures its meaning in numerical form so AI can compare ideas and find similar ones even if the words are different. Now these chunks that are vectorized into vectors get stored in a vector database. Now what a vector database is think of like a three-dimensional cube, and each vector is like a point plotted in the cube, almost like a 3D graph. This first chunk of our document might be about sales techniques. So it gets this vector gets plotted on this part of the graph. This chunk might be about, I don't know, the kinds of clothes we sell, and it might be plotted here in the vector database. And then this last chunk could be about cars, and it gets plotted here. Now the fun part where we get our answers back, or our retrieval, works like this. So we have a user, i.e. humans, and we have a query. In this case, it's going to ask the agent, what is your return policy? Our query then gets vectorized as did our document, the same process. So you can see here we just mock vectorized our query. Now where the magic happens is the agent will then take the user's request vector and then all the vectors that are already existing in the vector database, which is our knowledge base, and it finds similar vectors and it retrieves them. And then it tries to output, or it does output, the vectors that match closest to our query or have the most relevancy to our query, it's called. So when I ask my current RAG agent that I have that has access to 69 pages worth of cold email information, what are the DNS records that I need? It's going to vectorize my query and then retrieve the most relevant vectors from our chunked vectorized document. Let's try it out. SPF, DKIM, DMARC, MX, CNAME, BME, text, MX, DKIM, SPF, DMARC. Perfect. If you want to learn more about this stuff, check out my free school community called the AI Growth Lab.